Back by popular demand. We thought we was done, but y'all asked for it, so we present Ultimate Buckeyes is back. Can't wait to talk some Buckeyes, but first we have to say happy birthday, Dustin.
Oh, Tyvus, that's so
man.
sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you.
What is your plans, man? What you got going?
Well, I am currently in Ann Arbor, Michigan, actually.
That's a terrible way to celebrate.
I'm actually kind of outside of Ann Arbor, kind of like near Ypsilanti. But
you should have wore a bright scarlet and gray hoodie.
Bro, so there's this place here. So I've been doing games for ESPN for this is my 13th year, and a lot of games I've done up here, like in Eastern Michigan and like Western Michigan, whatever. So there's this hotel here called Weber's. And it's a kind of like a boutique hotel, but it's a restaurant in the hotel that has the best, I'm not even exaggerating, the best prime rib I've ever had in my life. And so it just so happened that this weekend I'm calling the Toledo Bowling Green game. So I need to be in Toledo tomorrow anyway. So I'm like, let's go up here. So my wife's with me. She's in the room on the other side of the room. And we are going to have dinner here, stay the night here, and then go to Toledo tomorrow and, do all the meetings and stuff there.
I like that. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying your birthday, man.
Thank you, man.
All right, let's get into it. Buckeyes right now. Buckeyes is undefeated. They got a big game. I know a lot of people had a lot of hopes for Illinois coming into this season. A lot of people predicted them to be the fourth team in the Big Ten to make the CFP. They have dropped one game where they took it on the chin to Indiana. I think it was 63-10. But they trying to climb back. They rank 17th right now out of the country.
Yep.
The Buckeyes are number one. We are in Champaign, Illinois on Saturday. How do you think this is playing out, man? What do you think of of all, what do you think of the Buckeyes so far? What do you like? What don't you like? Is there any complaints?
So it's interesting. I think Ohio State is clearly the best team in the country. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think that their defense is like head and shoulders above any defense that I've seen thus far this season. Mm-hmm. And that includes, every team in the SEC. I've done a couple SEC games this year. And I just think that Ohio State, again, it's early. It's October 8th. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're playing this game on October 11th this Saturday. And what they've been able to do, dude, they've given up 2 touchdowns on the year.
I know. Ain't that ridiculous?
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Elite. Yeah. I will say quickly though, just a couple thoughts before we start like diving into the matchup or whatever. This is the first time that Ohio State's played Illinois as ranked teams since your boy was a freshman in 2001.
Well, yeah, Illinois has not been
first time. So the first meeting since 2017, but first time that they've met where both teams have been ranked. And brother, 24 years.
You know what's crazy is Brett Bielema is like the perfect villain. But even when he was at Wisconsin, like he played that villain role so nicely. And now that he's at Illinois, it's taken a couple of years, but you've seen some flashes. This Illinois team they okay, but it's not like it starts with the quarterback, Lou Altmaier. I mean, the dude is like, if you want a comparison, he's like a Jared Goff, meaning he don't really throw a ton of incompletions. He'd be like 18 for 20 and 19 for 22 or something like that. So he's very smart with the ball, and he's a veteran. He's been, I think this might be his 5th or 6th year in college. So he's seen a lot. And for some odd reason, usually that would bother me because Ohio State does a lot of stuff on the defense. I mean, they run like 10 different schemes in one game as far as D-line goes. I mean, you got 6, 7 guys, 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. You got people dropping out. You got people going. Like it's ridiculous to watch, and it'll confuse anybody. But I think he's seen enough ball that once the dust settles, he should be fine. Now, my question mark for them has always been, well, what do they have outside of him? What is his weapons? And they have the one receiver, Hank Beatty, I think his name is. He's number 80. He is, I want to say he's second in the Big Ten in yards and tied for third in catches or receptions. So
Is it
he,
Beatty or Beatty? I don't know how.
I don't know if it's Beatty or about that. I want to say it's Beatty, but I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, like, I watched this game, the last game, when they were because I was at Purdue when they played Illinois played Purdue last week, and he got some juice. He got some juice. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be somebody that Ohio State can't stop. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But he's a good player, and I think that this game is a big game for him because I don't know if he's legit or if he just hasn't played anybody. And this game will tell me that because obviously what Ohio State has. So now you flip it on our offense to their defense. Like, their defense is trash. I would just tell you that. Yeah. They are ranked 14th out of 18th in the conference. So I'm not worried. Our offense should be able to do what they want. You know, they should be able to run the ball effectively. And, you know, obviously with
Indiana ran for over 300
yards, 312
against
yards.
Illinois.
Yeah, they did them filthy. I don't know. I don't know what.
Like, I'm sure that game is one that, I mean, I watched a little bit of it when they played, not too much. I was in the middle of traveling. You know how it is. You're traveling on Saturdays too.
Yeah.
You're kind of in and out, peeking into games or whatever. And it's like, I actually believe Illinois had a 7-0 lead in that game. And then it was like 28-7, like real fast. Yeah. And, you know, I've been a part of some of those, not really at Ohio State, but like, you know, in the pros, and certainly I had a couple in high school where it's like, man, we're better than this. Mm-hmm. You know, Ohio State, in fact, back in the 90s, played against Penn State and lost 63-14. And that was a game, I believe Eddie George was injured or got hurt in the first quarter of that game, and it probably would have been different. But nonetheless, I mean, these games happen. I'm not going to look at how they performed against Indiana and feel like, oh, this is a dog crap team. Yeah. You know, they're still ranked in the top 20.
Well, everybody.
Brett Bielema is a hell of a coach. And by the way, Champaign's a really tough place to play.
Why you feel that way, huh? I feel like their crowd is not live, so it's like you got to bring your own juice. I know when we played in Champaign.
That's not it. How many times did you play there?
I know one for sure. I want to say maybe twice, but I know one for sure. Okay. And there was actually a game that I played over 100 snaps, and I just remember it was just, but they weren't good.
Little flex there, huh?
I played over 100 snaps. Yeah,
there you go.
Anyways, it was. I just remember like it wasn't no energy there. Like, but again, they weren't a good football team, so. Like, obviously, when the Buckeyes come into town and the fact that they rank, it should be different. But everybody that I know don't like going there. Like, they hate it there. It's like not a –
Yes, but that's the point. It's not this electric environment. It's not I mean, it's a town in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you're going to get there. These players are going to get there, and they're going to stay in a crappy hotel. And they're going to be like, this sucks. You know what I mean? It's a kind of a tough place to like get up for that opponent and play. And by the way, it's a noon kick.
Well, I mean,
on the road at a place that you don't really want to be.
Well, that's anytime the Buckeyes is playing any big time game, it's going to be a noon kick because they are driving literally their ratings, Fox's ratings. So you have to do that. The noon kick part don't bother me at all. Like I'd rather get to it. As a player, I was ready to get up and get after it. So I feel like that'll be fine. I don't know. Like I don't look at it as a trap game anyway because I don't see it. I just don't think.
Thank God they're ranked because other than that, it would be a trap game. I think.
No, like they're not. I don't see it. Like I really just don't see. Like like I said, the quarterback. I respect Luke Altmaier and I respect Hank. Outside of that, I don't see it. Like and the way that we've been playing defensively, like they stingy. They don't give up anything. So I don't even know. The only thing that's ever got us was seam routes. Like teams find out that we playing a cover 3 or 1 high and they're hitting the seams. But they're doing a great job of adjusting to those things because like Minnesota last week, Minnesota first drive, I was like, okay, Minnesota figured something out. But after that first drive, that's it. Like, it's been nothing. And it's crazy because on the other side of the ball on offense, it's been fans that's been talking about this offense isn't effective or it's not explosive enough. Mm-hmm. And I'm like I understand what is going on. Like, I understand Ryan Day is just trying to ease Julian saying into the season. Like, people wanted him to just come out and just be bombs away first game or the first few games, and you got to ease these guys into it, especially for a guy that's never started. Then on top of that, you got a play caller that's never called plays. So there's a lot that goes into it. But last game against Minnesota, I was happy to see Carnell Tate had them explosive plays. I was happy to see, JJ score 2 times. I'm happy to see that the run game is finally coming along, because that was something that was a huge issue. You lost them 2 backs in Quinshine and Travion. My biggest issue with Ohio State was, even after the first few games, was, can we win the game just running the ball? Because last year that was the case. You could win it with Quinshine and Travion. This year I was a little hesitant with CJ Donaldson and James Peoples, but now with Bo Jackson, that boy Bo Jackson, he the real deal. I don't know why we even was playing around with this man not being running back 1. I seen it in the spring. I'm glad that he's getting more carries, and I mean, the dude's getting over 100 yards. So when you put all that together, like, I just think it's too much for Illinois. That's why I can't see this being a trap game.
Yeah, it's not a trap game. It's not. Ohio State's not really going to have any trap games this year. I mean,
no, and it's sad because all the teams that we thought was good is losing. Like Texas, unranked. Penn State is unranked.
How about the fact that Penn State and Texas, were top 2 in the country start of the year?
Yeah.
Neither one of them has beaten a Power 14.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Texas got me. I'm surprised. I'm shocked by Texas. Like, the problem is everybody crown Arch, and I might have drank a little bit of the Kool-Aid, but the Penn State thing, you could miss me with that. I was never in on the Drew Aller kid. I think they're doing him a huge disservice. Whoever his quarterback coach is, or OC is doing him a huge disservice in teaching him the game. And I wasn't big on James Franklin, so I knew they weren't. And then I seen it when they played Florida International the second game of the season, and they struggled. I knew that they wasn't going. I knew they wasn't going to be good. So, yeah. But all in all, though, the Big Ten is still a great conference. I mean,
Oregon and Ohio State are two of the top, 4 teams in the country.
Right now it's Ohio State, Miami, and Oregon. It's really them 3 and a big gap. Like, I don't really see. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's really Ohio State and a big gap to me personally. I'm not even being biased. Like, when you see that defense and you see them weapons on offense, like I was explaining to somebody, like, this is the thing. All Ohio State have to do is score 20 points. That's it. Like, if Ohio State get 21 points, they can
scoring 3 touchdowns on their defense.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
this reminds me a lot of like my sophomore year when we won the title. Our offense didn't have to do a ton. Like, there were games, dude. We beat Purdue 10-6 that year.
That's Holy Buckeye, right? That's
Michigan. Yeah, so I was Holy Buckeye play at the game, rather. We beat Michigan 13-6, I believe, or 13-7. I think 13-7 that year. Like, dude, our defense was so good that the offense, all it had to do was, like, field position. We call it trestle ball, obviously.
Yeah, trestle ball.
You punt the ball, kick field goals when necessary. Because you knew that like nowadays in college football, like if you kick a field goal, you're like, crap, that's an L. You feel like, what's 3 going to do for you? And now, with this defense, if you've got a defense as good as Ohio State's, you can afford to kick field goals from time to time.
Yeah. They give it up.
I like Ole Miss, by the way. Ole Miss looks nice.
Really?
Surprising. Yeah.
The Marcel Reed kid, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Like, I want to believe it, but I'm not. Sometimes his stats be like, So I'm not sure on A&M yet. Ole Miss is always feisty, but I don't know if they got like everything.
I'm a big Kiffin fan.
You're a Lane Kiffin guy. I mean, I ain't got no problem with Lane Kiffin. I have no issue with Lane Kiffin at all. But do you really see like you can see them beating Ohio State?
I can't see anyone beating Ohio State.
Okay.
And I'm not a Buckeye. You know, dude, you're a honk. I'm not a honk. And I mean that in the nicest. I mean that in the nicest way. I mean that came across as a slight. It's not. I mean it in the nicest way possible. Like I truly, you're still close to it, dude. You live in Columbus. You're still like you're closer than I am to it, dude.
But I still see the bigger picture. Like I'm not biased. I'm not biased. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, dude, it's not a negative. Like it's not like, oh, you can't be down the middle. I'm just telling you.
I call it.
Bro, I work with you. I work with you twice a week, and everything's go Bucks.
What that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, dude. I think that we could ask Adam the Bull and Jay and G Bush and the crew and Jason and Mikey.
Tomorrow. I'll ask them tomorrow.
Ask them tomorrow.
Do they think
you are? Say, hey guys, am I an Ohio State homer? And see what they say.
They gonna say no. I think I call it fair. I think I call it like I see it. I mean, Hey, now listen,
brother. I love you. You love Ohio State.
Anyways. So when you look at like Miami or like Oregon, for example, I predict that that's probably going to be the Big Ten championship this year. Ohio, if everything holds chalk, I think it's Ohio State versus Oregon. When you look at Oregon, I don't know how much of Oregon you've actually watched or not.
I watched the Penn State game.
That's right.
Most of it on my flight home last week.
So when you look at Oregon, do you look at them like, okay, this is a team that definitely can beat Ohio State?
I mean, definitely. No, I mean, I think that they can beat Ohio State. I wouldn't say definitely.
Are they the biggest threat to Ohio State's national championship?
Yes.
So over Miami.
Okay. I've got to see a little more Miami because I just don't think that Florida State is that good.
I said the same thing, but they got UCF, Florida State, and Notre Dame. They got 3 ranked wins.
So I said this before the season began. I'm not sure if it was on a podcast with you or something else that I was on, but prior to the season, I said, listen, Carson Beck is going to be the name that's going to be talked about more than any of these quarterbacks because Miami plays the easiest schedule in the country. And not to mention, they have the fewest amount of travel miles of any team in the country. So like they're in a good spot, but like it's not a spot where I know how good they are. I'll say this: their defense has been lights out.
I will give you that. They have been lights out. Their defense for sure.
It is really tough to move the ball against that defense. They have got dudes. Carson Beck is an absolute playmaker at quarterback. I've said this to some people off the air. I'll say it now on the air. I wonder if the kid cares more about NIL and stuff than he does football. But he's proven to me this year. I mean, he's locked in on football. I mean, because I just say that because he had the Lamborghinis and he had the girlfriend on social media and all this stuff. It's like, okay, well, at some point you have to focus on football.
Well, he broke up with the girl.
Well, somebody broke up with somebody. I'm not trying to. I don't know who did what, but
I'm pretty sure one of them. I don't know if it was the girl he was dating or the sister, but they dating the tight end for the Cowboys, Jake Ferguson.
One of the Cavender twins, right? Haley was the one he was dating. Yeah,
I have no idea.
I know way too much about a college girl.
I'm about to say I have no idea. I just know they twins, and I know one of them is dating Jake Ferguson. That's all I know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Miami, by the way, their next game, because they got a bye this week, is next Thursday against Louisville at home. Thursday night.
Okay, that's nothing. They should win the ACC. The way Clemson flamed out like this, they should win the ACC. Like it's theirs for the taking. I don't see anybody. Florida State,
dude, their schedule is cake. Louisville, Stanford, SMU, Syracuse, NC State, Virginia Tech, Pitt.
Yeah, they're going undefeated.
I mean, I would say that both Virginia Tech and Pitt, those are road games that are going to be they're grimy teams that are going to, it's a tough environment. So like those are going to be games that are going to be tough for Miami only from a standpoint of they're going to get the best shot from those guys, because Virginia Tech and Pitt are both not really playing for much this year. And Virginia Tech already fired their coach.
Right.
Pitt's not a great team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 3-2, but it's like they're just kind of a middling ACC team.
Shout out my boy Narduzzi.
I love Narduzzi.
Yeah,
Didn't love his decisions in the 6 overtime game I called in their bowl game last year. But outside of that, he's a good coach.
I forgot that you did do that. So right now, if you looked at this Ohio State offense, is there any question mark that you have right now that they haven't answered?
Offensively?
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little concerned about Julian Sain going into Washington because we're talking about a young quarterback, his first big road test across the country, one of the most hostile environments in the nation, a team that, they don't lose at home, So I thought he proved in that game that the dude is like stones. Like he's super confident, doesn't really seem to be rattled by much. PFF has him ranked as the most accurate quarterback in the nation.
I've seen that. I see. I mean, it holds. I mean, you know what though? Even game 1 against Texas, if them receivers catch the ball, I think he had like 4 or 5 drops. Like his stats is like he'd probably be like 18 for 20 or 17 for 20. Like he had a really good game for his first game, and it was considered a big game at the time. Probably one of the biggest openers in Ohio State history. Maybe even bigger, the biggest opener in the country. Now, granted, Texas obviously haven't held up their end, but at that time, that was one of the biggest games in NCAA history for an opening game. So, and to have those stats, he looked like one of the best players on the field at that time. So, Julian saying to me, I know that the game plan was very vanilla and they wanted to be very black and white with him, not give him a lot. But as this season has gone on, he's been unbelievable. And I give a lot of credit to Ryan Day because, after all the shots that I took, everybody took at him, he's been through a lot as a head coach here. The one thing I respect the most is that he recognized what this team was potentially going to be in the spring. So for people that don't know, in the spring, Ryan Day's thought was, we just came off a national title run, so I am going to take it easy. We're going to fall back. We're going to cruise through the spring. He said after that first day of spring, that first practice, he realized these dudes ain't ready. So he then turned everything up. He made the quarterbacks live, like everything. They turned it up. And that was crazy to recognize that early because now fast forward now you got guys playing like they're playing. And what I really respect is you're getting younger guys playing sooner. Like you don't have to worry about what you went through last year because you look on that defensive line, it's a rotation. They sneaking in guys on the offensive line. You got wide receivers rotating in, so you're getting a lot of guys some playing time. And the funny part is, as good as they playing, he's not satisfied. He won't let these guys read their press clippings. Everybody's telling them they the best thing in the world. And he's like, no, y'all ain't. Y'all ain't did a thing. Like he still has in their mind that y'all aren't good enough. Y'all haven't done a thing. And he's like picking the little things, the little small details, which in the grand scheme of things, that could be the difference in the game if you're playing a better team. But he's so picky with it right now that I love it. I love he like called it out in press in the media. He was talking about Bo Jackson. Like Bo Jackson reached the ball out on the goal line. He was like, he can't do that. Somebody gonna punch that out, and that's a fumble. So it's crazy that he's doing that, but it's exactly what these young guys need. You've been a young guy, you know how it is. You give a young guy some compliment, man, that dude gonna take that. He gonna take that. It's gonna go straight to his head. You ain't gonna be able to tell another, especially with everybody in the world telling you the best thing. And he's doing a really good job of just keeping those guys humble. So I got to give him his credit. You know, Ryan Day's doing a heck of a job with them young dudes. And I thought for sure that it'd be growing pains. I thought that this was going to be a team that we would just have to be patient with. And he's proving me wrong. They are proving me wrong. Like, it seems like these guys is ready to go. But I tell you what, I learned something the other day. The question was, and you won't have the answer to it. I just want your thoughts on why you think this is the case. What CJ Hicks and is somebody else? Oh, Malik Harford. So CJ Hicks is a DN linebacker that got converted to DN this year, was a high recruit, was supposed to be a really good pass rusher. Him and Malik Harford is a safety who was projected to be the starter, but Jalen McClain kind of beat him out. Those two guys is rumored to now want to red shirt this season, meaning they don't want to play for the rest of the season. They want a red shirt. Why do you think that is? Because CJ was a part of the rotation. He was one of the DNs that was rotating in, and we even seen a little bit of Malik Harford rotating in at that safety spot. Why do you think those two guys decided they want to red shirt?
I don't know.
I mean, I
can't ever wrap my head around wanting to redshirt. I never wanted a redshirt.
Me either. But I think the only thing that I can think of logically is that A, they want to transfer, or B, they see that the other guys are just better and they want to boost their draft stock. So they figure I'll just take another year, go through the all-season program, be the man next year, and then raise my draft status. That's the only two conclusions that I can think of.
Haven't we already played more than 4 games?
Yes, but they have not played in the last game. I think you get up to 4, and then you
can have 4 games, and then you're done. 5th game.
I don't think they played last game.
Well, listen, that's
new day and age.
Disappointing to hear, especially considering that you could play on the best defense in the country, win a national championship, and do all these things. Like, you want a red shirt and go somewhere else?
I mean, people do it. Listen, people do it all the time.
Sure, but you're already playing and you're good.
Maybe they want to be the man. I don't know. Listen,
hasn't Harford been starting since he's a freshman?
Yeah, he started as a true freshman. Yeah, he did.
I don't know. I mean, that was I think he was the first true freshman to start since like the 80s.
Well, that's not true. You talking about defense?
At safety.
Oh yeah, well that's probably true. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody asked me, and I just figured I'd run it by you and see what you thought, because I didn't have an answer for you.
I don't really have an answer other than the fact that if that's the case, then there's something going on, and it's usually that.
That almighty dollar always do it. All right, Dustin, we almost at the end. Give me your prediction. How do you see it? What's the score? What you got? If you was a betting man, FanDuel, by the way. But if you was a betting man, what you got? What is the over-under on this game? The over-under is
49.5 or 50.
Ohio State 14. Ohio 14.5 point favorite. Okay, what you got?
35-17.
So they don't. Wait, no, they do get the spread. 35-17. Oh, so you're giving up 2 touchdowns to this game.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
It's messed up. Okay.
That's messed up. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 35-10. 35-10.
We're pretty much in the same ballpark, man.
35-10. I ain't giving. I'm not giving up 2 touchdowns.
We have the exact same score, except I have Illinois scoring a late touchdown that makes them look a little bit closer.
They're not giving up 2 touchdowns. They will give up 1. It might. You know what? Just because you 35-6. 35-6.
Okay, Altmaier is a capable quarterback. They're at home. They have the second longest tenured offensive line in the nation. So like they'll be able to protect the kid. I don't know. I don't think they're going to have any chance to win the game, but it'll be, I mean,
don't con yourself.
I said 35-17. I mean, that would be covering the spread for Ohio State and hitting the over, which is every degenerate's dream.
I just don't see them giving up 2 touchdowns. I think that's the part that I'm struggling with, is that they gave up 2 touchdowns on the season. You think they're gonna give 2 touchdowns in a game?
Yes.
All right. I guess you know what? The good news is we gonna see. We gonna see. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I don't know when the next.
Thank you, Adam. Adam Baker says, "Glad we're back on the air." There we go, right there.
Every big game we will do Ultimate Buckeye. So probably the Penn State game will be the next time y'all. We'll give y'all an episode, but we appreciate y'all.
Tyvis, you missed these today.
I seen them I watched the show from the house. I seen them orange laces, and I said, "Yeah, he doing this thing."
Hey, you know what we are? Undefeated.
All right, man. We gonna leave on that note. We'll holler at y'all. Thank y'all so much. Peace.
Later.